I can sit there and tell how people are feeling and what they're doing based on posture and body language and the emotions that they don't realize they show all over themselves. I mean, you might sit there and have a blank stare, but I could probably tell you how you're feeling just based on how you stand, or sit, or the way you stare off into the distance with your blank stare. But if I can't see someone, then I really don't know how they feel. And I really don't know what they're thinking. And on some level, that bothers me because ultimately I'd like to know what everyone is thinking and how everyone feels, but at the same time, what if I'm afraid to actually know? I mean, am I more afraid of actually knowing, or am I afraid of what my response or reaction's going to be? Because when it comes down to it, yes, I'm afraid of what people feel when it comes to me, but I'm more afraid of my own emotions and how I feel about people and how I feel about myself. And it's easier to just sit there and say everything's okay, or when it isn't, or everything's not okay when it isn't, but to actually have to sit there and explain to somebody that, or explain to them how I may or may not feel about them, is difficult. And I'm not willing to admit to having any emotions towards anyone because that involves attachment. That involves some sort of bond or relationship or whatever, and I'm not prepared to deal with any of that. If I have to sit there and admit that I have feelings, be they good or bad, towards anyone, I have to sit there and acknowledge that that person affects me. And that that person means something to my life as a whole. It's easier to just pretend that everyone's an acquaintance and that everyone is ultimately disposable. I mean, they're not, but if I can sit there and ignore everything going on in my head, then it's not important. And I don't have to worry about it. And then I don't have to know what an interaction is. I don't have to put a definition on it because it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter to me what something is, then clearly I don't need to search for an emotional attachment, so I can just shove whatever is there away. Again, I know, rambling, but I'm kind of just spewing out everything that pops into my head right now. Oh, I don't know how to put my thoughts into organized categories when I talk. Generally, when I talk, I just kind of let everything out, and there's usually a lot of stumbling over words and me sitting there going blah, or I don't know, just making random noises when I lose my train of thought or forget what I'm saying, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's it for now. I've given myself a lot to consider. I don't know if I'll post this to YouTube or not. I do have my channel, but currently it has all things silliness on it. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, if I do post this, then, and you, whoever you maybe watch this, I apologize for you having to deal with this, and if I don't post this to YouTube, then I don't have to worry about that. But I guess I could just put it up because it makes no difference, because who cares? They're just words. They're my words that come from my head, but to you, they're just words. Because you don't know me, and I probably don't know you. Yeah. Goodbye.